Welcome, cooks, to the Cookbook Club. Today, we're going to announce the cookbook for March 2025. So I've given this a lot of thought, and you're going to be surprised at what I'm going to do for March. So welcome to the Amy Learns to Cook kitchen. So several months ago, we started the Cookbook Club because I have a huge cookbook library. I have more than 1,000 cookbooks, and I wanted to start cooking through them because if you don't know, when you have a cooking channel, you might cook a lot of different dishes, but at some point, you're either developing recipes or you're doing recipes written by other people, because nobody has, after 1,000 videos, nobody has that kind of cooking library in their head. And I knew once I did a lot of the recipes that I usually do, I need to start taking my cooking to another level. That means I need to switch from that to learning, right? And I figured I would take you along on the journey because there's so many cookbooks out there that I've just never cooked out of. So I figured if we went one cookbook a month and did 4 recipes, we would at least get a basic idea of that book, and we would be exploring 12 new books during the year, right? So we've done, and I really went off the deep end at the beginning, right? We did Julia Child's Mastering the Art of French Cooking. Then we jumped into Escoffier, right? We did the Betty Crocker Cookie Book. And last month we did Fannie Farmer.
You also did Martha Stewart.
And I did Martha Stewart, right? And I absolutely, completely fell in love with 3 of those books, right? I love the Escoffier book. I learned so much from it. It is very challenging, right? Because he assumes a lot, and he doesn't always give you all the instructions, but I really think I learned a lot from that book. I love the Julia Child book. The recipes are challenging, but you learn a lot, and she gives great instructions. Then I moved over to Fannie Farmer. And Fannie Farmer took me back to my roots, right? Fannie Farmer was an American cook. She cooked like Americans. Her recipes are relatively easy, medium-level recipes. And I completely and totally fell in love with Fannie Farmer. Her recipes were all fantastic, and I really think that I'm not through with any of these books. But right now, at this very minute, I'm not through with Fannie Farmer. So I started off my collection with this book. I got this as a used book, right? This is the Marion Cunningham version of the Fannie Farmer cookbook. This book is amazing, right? So I knew I needed to get the original OG. So just before we started last month, I ordered the original 1896 version. Halfway through the month, I wanted to get the update. So I think this is the 96 version. I said 96. It came out 90 and 96. So Marion did a 79, a 90, and a 96. This is her last version, 100th anniversary. That's the 96 version. I got that one maybe 2 weeks ago, and we cooked out of this one. Then I fell in love with Marion, and I picked up the Fannie Farmer baking book by Marion Cunningham. So it's part of the Fannie Farmer franchise. It is inspired by the original book, but this book is all Marion, right? I want to stay with this for another month. I want to cook a few recipes out of this. We didn't cook anything savory, so we're going to do that. Maybe some chicken, right? And we're going to do a recipe or 2 out here, the baking book. I'm excited. I want to stay with Marion for another month. So I hope you will continue to join me on this Fannie Farmer journey. If you don't have this book, buy it, right? This book is fantastic. So we're going to stay with this for another month, and we're going to see what else Fannie has in store for us, right? I hope you enjoy this. I hope you stick with me. We're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to have a lot of fun with Fannie and Marion for another month. Thanks for joining me.